Those floods are very, very powerful. We'll talk about how powerful they were today on our journey of discovery. Today, we're doing the Bluff Walk. No bluffing. We're telling the truth. With our young people and other guides, we're presenting the history, cultural history, and natural history of Willamette Falls. Both sides of the falls, Lynn City, Oregon City. We're going to say who was here. We're going to learn about what got the place to look the way it did. We're going to look at Ice Age floods that have sculpted this area that no one thinks about. They think about the Columbia River for Ice Age flood, but here in Oregon City, you can see them better than any place else in Oregon, right here. Our goal here is to bring settlement history together along with the natural history to see how the two work together. We're also going to talk about the native peoples that are so important to this area. We're going to learn their names. We're going to learn what they had to say about Ice Age floods. They were here when they happened. It was just astounding, we would call it. They said, "Oh, Hunapakash." And we're going to learn what that word means today many times when we look at things in front of us that are absolutely astounding.
Is this your first tour? Oh, you're going to be hooked. I volunteer for Jerry's organizations, River of Life, whenever he calls. Oregon City has a really, really rich history, both good and bad. In my opinion, you might as well share good and bad history, because that just kind of makes us like we're real people, and that's what happened in life. What I like to do is I like to hear these histories and acknowledge what goes on, and then embrace what we can do in our futures.
We're going to talk about the formations that were created by the glacial floods about 18 to 12,000 years ago during the ice ages. And we're going to talk about the rock formations that are up here in Oregon City that weren't so much affected by it, but were landmarks at that period in time.
Well, I was essentially the most powerful person in the territory. Now, that territory extended from the Mexican state of Northern California all the way to the North American territory of Russia. That was under my jurisdiction.
We are doing this because people don't understand Oregon City is not just the seat of government, and Willamette Falls is not just the place where settlement began. It's a world-class geologic event that occurred here to create both the falls, the oversteepened bluffs on both sides of the river, and the amazing things that we take for granted, including our great Willamette Valley, started here.
The more the community knows about their history, the better off they are. The way the falls were made, the old structures, the paper mill, all that falls into play.
If you don't know about the history of a community, it gets lost if it's not preserved. It is important because technology is changing us so rapidly that we need a leveling thing, and that's what history does.